grab a drink, light a candle, and let's bitch.
It's been a rough week.
I love how we have to have like a prepping bitch sesh before the actual Bitching Babes podcast.
If I didn't know that I would get in trouble, I would have kept the rest of it in there. But I'm not going to do that because it might come back to bite me in the future. And I don't really,
Yeah.
I don't want that.
Well, I mean, I gave you the advice earlier this week that Karma's a bitch. I just forgot to mention that she's a bitch to everybody. So you never know if unfortunately she's going to come say hi to you.
I think I was just so happy about the fact that you were right that Karma is a bitch. And maybe they got more karma than I did. They could have, because I haven't seen them since. So it's possible that they could have. However, it's been a rough 2 days. It's been a rough one. I was like, I'm going to drink a beer while we record this. And then I looked and all of the beers like from the summer. So I don't know if it's still good. I don't know how to even tell if it's still good because there wasn't a date on it. I don't want to get sick. Today's not the date for that. Also, I got home from work today and I had no power. So that was also nice. And I have well water, so I couldn't shower. All I wanted to do was take a shower. It's been a rough day.
Yeah.
But I have drank 3 glasses of water and I had a snack. I'm feeling much better. And I have since showered because our power came back on.
It's kind of just like a funny tidbit. Whenever I was in like middle school, one of my good girlfriends, we were like in the car and we were talking after school about like, we were bitching and we were talking about girls and, all kinds of stuff. And I made the comment, I was like, yeah, Karma's a bitch. And she's like, Karma, is she in our class? Do we know her? Because yeah, she sounds like a bitch. Not a real person. So then we started laughing. We had to like explain to her that it's not a real person. But
that's hilarious though. But Karma's kind of a cute name,
It is. It's
kind of a cute name. I wouldn't name my kid that, I guess, just because of the saying. I think I would like the saying, but I wouldn't want them to be made fun of in school, But have you ever just like gone to Sheetz with one of your friends and just like got some food and chilled out in the parking lot for hours and like talked about life? Because it's so much fun.
Yes. It's a good pastime.
Yes.
Some people go to bars. We go to Sheetz and talk drama and munch down on some mozzarella sticks.
I love, especially at my old job where I used to work at, the like one girl that I used to work with, I could just like know when she was having a bad day. And I would just be like, you need to go to Sheetz after work. And she's like, that would be really nice. We used to just go to Sheetz after work and hang out. I would always get a chicken sandwich. I don't know what she would get, but I would always get a chicken sandwich. And we just like chill out in the parking lot and eat our food in her car and just chat for like an hour. And then we go home. And like, it made me feel good because I knew she felt better. And it probably made her feel better because she just was like done with life and needed someone to talk to, without like the constraints of work.
Work is hell.
Yeah, sometimes work sucks. But okay, why? Why are we the only animals that have to work, that need shelter, that need to cook their food? Like, what happened to us? We're the only ones that need money,
It's only as
like,
important as you make it.
But money's pretty important if I want like heat.
But remember, like back in the day, you used to be able to do things on like a trading system.
Yeah, I guess so. I want to go back to that.
Like if you give me a bowl of rice, I'll, tend your field. So it wasn't so much that we were working for money. It was, you literally were working for what you needed.
I will bake you some bread. I'm good at baking bread. I could totally do that. I saw this recipe for this focaccia that had green chilies in it and cheddar jack cheese. I don't really like cheese. If you guys who don't know me want to know something about me, it's that I hate cheese. But it was like onions and green chili peppers, and there was like cheese in it. And the way it looked so delicious, where I was like, I need to have that. So I think I might try to make some maybe next week. I did make a cake yesterday.
Oh no, your face. Is it a good one or is it a bad one?
I don't know. I haven't tasted it yet. It's for Anthony's birthday.
Okay.
But he requested tres leches cake because we went out to eat to a Mexican restaurant.
I literally made that this week.
Really?
Yeah.
That's so exciting.
Yeah, we literally made that
good?
It was really good. We made homemade whipped cream to go on top of it. And the baby got to try whipped cream for the first time.
Oh, and she loved
it. Oh, you should have seen her face. She got that spoon because I was like, you're going to work for it. So I put the spoon in her hand and I taught her how to mix. And she was so excited. I handed her the spoon afterwards and she took one little bite and looked at me and her whole face lit up.
Ooh.
Yeah. Dangerous.
So yesterday, you said like 7:15.
Mm-hmm.
I guess it was 6. oh, I forgot that I have to bake a cake tonight. I was like, I wonder if I can get it done. So I was like reading the thing. I don't know. Maybe I should just wait until tomorrow because it's a recipe from the book that my parents got me for Christmas that I destroyed
Oh, okay.
it after my wedding. It's a recipe out of that book. And I was like, oh, it takes like 7 minutes for this one part. I don't know. And it's going to take 40 minutes in the oven. I don't know if I have time to do it. And then I did the math and I'm like, it should be out of the oven with 10 minutes to spare. I'm going to bake a cake right now. So I baked a cake. And then I was like, oh, actually, I'm really glad I did it because we ended up not recording. So I was like, I'm glad I baked the cake. And I'm extra glad because I was going to do it when I got home from work today. And then if we didn't have power, I would have just simply threw myself off a cliff.
Are you guys doing anything for his birthday?
We're going out to eat with his parents tomorrow. And then my parents are going to come down the next day. So, and we're going to go. Anything
That'll be nice.
huge planned. I got him some pretty cool things for Christmas, but I'm not gonna, or not for Christmas, for his birthday, but I'm not gonna tell you because he's in the next room and he can hear me probably. So I'll tell you later.
It's probably better that you didn't tell because mine is in the room and he would totally tell.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
That's so
Can't
true.
trust them. I've been obsessed lately. Not really obsessed. I finished watching or like rewatching Emily in Paris.
I love it. It's such a cute show.
You had told me, you were like, it's so cute. I had never made it past like episode 2.
Yes.
So I was like, I'm going to binge it.
You got to give every TV show 3 episodes before you start. That's what I've learned.
I finished it. So I went and I'm all caught up now.
Oh, that's good.
I didn't mind her going to Italy. Is that where it was? Rome, Italy? Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't mind it. I thought he was kind of a jerk.
I don't like him. I also didn't like Italy, and I didn't like any of the outfits this season.
No, I didn't either. I thought they were just like not overdone, but like they were just kind of crazy looking.
I normally love all the outfits, and I didn't like them this season. But you know who I didn't like any other season and I love this season? Sylvie.
Yes.
I liked her this season.
I like her. I like her as an actress. She's doing a good job.
Have you seen her in anything else? Have you ever seen her?
I don't think so.
No. I was going to say, I don't think I know who she is. Like, I don't think I've ever seen her in anything, but I assume she is actually French or she just does the accent really well. So I think she probably is just in like French things. But I love Emily in Paris.
I was like, not that I didn't know, it just, I didn't connect the dots until I was like rewatching it. But I'm like, oh, Lily's doing a really good job like learning her French. And I'm like, Bryceland, she knows French. Like she's.
Wait, really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
I think so. Unless I'm talking out my ass, I might be.
I had no idea.
But yeah, I was like.
If that's true, I had no idea.
And then.
So you think she actually knows French?
Oh yeah, definitely. And last season, or like when they were filming the previous season or whatnot, she has a baby now.
Yeah.
So she like, when I was rewatching it, because I'm rewatching it, so like I'm looking up people and seeing where they're at now and if the next season's coming. And she's posting all these pictures of like the baby and I'm like, aw, that's so cute.
I love watching like the stories between her and is it Ashley Park who plays Mindy?
Yes.
I love following both of them on Instagram because they're so cute together and they're constantly posting pictures of each other and it's so adorable.
I like whenever people that are in shows like that are actually good friends outside of it because it shows.
Yeah. I think it makes
Bridgerton.
a lot better.
I'm waiting for part 2. I love Bridgerton.
I've never seen Bridgerton.
Oh, you've never seen it?
I've never
Brandy.
seen it. No, I've never seen it. I know.
I will say this. I have read the books, and obviously we know there's a lot more detail in the books than they could possibly put on a screen. But they changed quite a bit. So if you're going to like the show, you're going to like the show. If you're going to like the books, you're going to like the books. But you can't really compare them.
Do both.
Yeah, you can't really compare them.
Do you have like a preference? Have you read all the books too?
I read all of them. There's like, I don't know if it's just because of production and the way that they're choosing when to film each season and who to do, but there's such an overlap in the books. Like so many different storylines in the books are happening at the exact same time. So you get to see little snippets and you kind of get that in the show, but not really. Like there's a huge time jump for like Penelope and Colin.
Does it take place in England?
Yeah.
Okay.
But there's like a huge time jump with them. So like you watch them growing up together, you watch her, fawning after him. And then as she, becomes a woman and she realizes I'm not going to get married anytime soon, he comes back and then he realizes his feelings for her. But there's such a gap in years that they really couldn't do that on the show. And rightfully so. Like I understand that would be very difficult because so much happens with the other siblings during that time. It would take too much. It would take too long for them to try to fill that gap and then come back and do the rest of Penelope and Collins. And they handled it really good. Like, I really like the way that they did their season. So right now we're waiting on the second part for Benedict's story. And he's the second eldest son. But his story, like, he doesn't have to really marry anybody of status because his older brother had to, and he did. But he falls for the maid, and he doesn't know that she technically has a title, but it's like a Cinderella story, like a true Cinderella story.
Okay.
So we're just waiting for the second part, but the first part ends with him asking her to be his mistress.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah. Which, like, back then,
Oh, boy.
guys had mistresses.
Yeah.
But it wasn't a good title. Like, it wasn't something that you
was
would,
he
like, broadcast.
mistress as in cheating with his significant other with her?
No.
Or just
mistress
sleeping with her?
in the sense of she doesn't have a title, so he would never marry her.
Oh, that I don't know how I would feel about
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that sucks. But he's so dumb, like, not dumb, but he met her at a ball. It was a masquerade ball, but she only had a mask covering her eyes. So, like,
that. Okay.
you meet
He
her.
knew it was her then.
No, you meet her again as a maid, and you're like, I've never met her before. She sounds the same. She looks the same. She walks the same. But you're going to be like, I have no idea who this is, even though I fell in love with you at the ball. Like, come on, bro, really?
Yeah.
And then she kisses him at the masquerade and runs off because Cinderella. And then he kisses her again as she's a maid. You mean to tell me you don't recognize that kiss? You must not love this person
You
enough.
would know.
You would know.
You would know. Yeah.
Mhm.
You would absolutely know.
Yeah.
Have you ever been to a masquerade?
We did a wedding.
But aside from that wedding, we did do a
We
masquerade.
did do an
wedding, but
amazing
aside from that
wedding.
one, it was really cool. It was a lot of fun.
I've always wanted to, just because Phantom of the Opera's been like, it's one of my favorites.
I've also never seen Phantom of the Opera.
I
really
love
want
you,
to.
but I might disown you after this.
We can watch it together.
How have you never seen Phantom of the Opera? I can't watch it with you because I will sing all the
can watch
songs
it
and embarrass
together.
the hell out of myself, and you will miss the whole plot.
We can watch it together. I've never seen it. I know, like, the main song, but I've never watched it.
Oh, it's so good.
Someone was talking about it at work yesterday, so it's really funny you brought it up. But yeah, I've never seen it.
I got to go see it off Broadway last year or the year before. My sister took me for a Christmas present. It was so good.
Yeah.
It was so good. It was one of those top ones where I'm like, I want to see this on stage, and I never had gotten the chance to. So the fact that she took me, it was really special. But I still, of all of the shows that I've seen on stage, The Lion King was still my favorite.
I've never seen The Lion King. I've never seen anything.
I bawled my eyes out when they sang in the beginning. Like, I'm sitting there with my sister watching the Lion King opening on the stage, and they have like all these different people coming out and they're singing, and they have costumes where they look like paper mache animals, but it works. Like, you don't really see the person, you see the animal, and it just looks otherworldly. And I just started crying, and I'm like, I'm okay, I promise. She's like, okay.
I know Anthony wouldn't want to go with me, and I know you're pregnant, and all my other friends are pregnant, but I so bad want to go to New York just to see musicals. And I know it will be expensive, but that's all. I've been thinking about it so much recently that I just want to fly to New York and just see like 2 musicals a day until I can see Harry Potter and Six and Hamilton and like The Lion King. I just want to see all of them.
100% I would go with you.
Just go home. And I want a Milk Bar cake.
I know.
I also want to go to Milk Bar.
Yes.
I want a Milk Bar cake.
Listen, that sounds amazing. I might be pregnant, but that sounds like a wonderful weekend for me.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
That sounds fun. We can go. We have to wait till it's warmer outside.
Yes.
Actually, when this releases, it'll be warmer. Wouldn't it be funny if we planned it like the week this releases?
That would be funny.
Do you want to be not pregnant, or do you want to go while you're pregnant, or after you have another baby?
I don't know. Let me get back to you. Right now, I'm only halfway.
Okay.
Like, I literally am at the halfway mark this week.
Oh, that's exciting.
Mm-hmm. So part of me would be like, let's go now while I can. The other part of me is like, nah, I want to drink. I want to have a good time.
Yeah. We can wait till you can drink. That's fine. Have you seen The Crown?
No, I haven't.
I just started watching it because I finished The Handmaid's Tale, and I love The Handmaid's Tale, but it does put you in a deep dark place sometimes. So I needed something like that was gonna pique my interest and like, keep me interested. And someone had recommended The Crown to me. And I have been finding history really interesting. And a couple of our next episodes may or may not be history related. So you have to come back and check those out. And before you come back to check those out, be sure to like, follow, subscribe, comment, and tell all your friends.
That's right, Brandy. Get that plug in there.
Yeah, make sure you tell all your friends. Like, comment, subscribe. And then come back next week. Well, in 2 weeks for a history episode. But it's about Queen Elizabeth and how she like kind of became queen, which I didn't know any of this. And there's so many times when I've watched it that I've Googled, is this historically accurate? Was this historically accurate? Was this historically accurate? It is, and all of the things so far have been, like all of the things have been completely true.
Yeah.
It's a completely true story from what I can tell. There was one part where I did look it up and it was like, okay, that part was an exaggeration. That didn't happen and it was put in there. But it was still like such a small thing where I Googled it just because I was like, that's crazy. I can't imagine that happening to someone like in the royal family before she was queen. And they were like, so she did go to this place and she did do this thing. And then this is when she found out that this happened. But that part didn't happen. But like everything else has. And I'm on the last episode of season 1. But yeah, it's on Plex. You can watch it.
Well, I'll definitely have to watch that next. Like I said, I'm waiting for part 2 of Bridgerton. There's only 4 episodes, so I'm going to binge that once it comes out. I'm all caught up on Emily. So the only other shows that I don't really watch The Masked Singer. I just skip to the end to see who got revealed. Like I'm so bad at that show. I do watch Traitors though.
What's Traitors?
Okay, so it is basically, have you seen Survivor?
Yes.
So it's a Survivor-esque game. It's basically One Night Werewolf in game form.
Okay.
So yeah, it's pretty cool.
Fun.
It's pretty cool. So they have 2 people that are secretly traitors, and everyone else are like, what are they called? Not innocents, but faithfuls. They're called faithfuls. Okay. And you have to figure out who's a traitor and vote them out, or that night somebody dies.
Oh,
so
interesting.
It's very much like One Night Werewolf. But it's all these celebrities, and they go to this castle in Scotland, and they have to like compete, and whoever, like if a traitor makes it to the end, the traitors win and they get all the money. But if all the traitors are voted out and only faithfuls make it to the end, then they split the money.
Interesting. It sounds fun.
It is. It's really good. There's like 4 or 5 seasons out now. But I really like it. I think it's on Peacock.
Okay.
But it's really good. This season there was a guy and 2 girls that were traitors, and he kind of turned, because if you and another traitor make it to the end, you have to share it. So even if you're a traitor, you only want to be the only traitor. So at some point in the game, you're going to flip on your own traitors and try to get them out.
That's funny.
So that way you're the sole money winner at the end.
There's a character in One Night Werewolf that is that person.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't remember what it's called, but that's one of the characters where like you only win the game. You're not really a werewolf, but you only win the game if you convince them that you are the werewolf.
But these last like 2 episodes, he took out both of his traitor partners. And because they're only so far in the season, he can either kill somebody or recruit somebody. So he's like, well, I'm going to recruit, because you give them the ultimatum, like either you come and be a traitor or you die tonight. So he's like, well, I'm going to recruit someone, but I'm going to recruit somebody who I can manipulate so that way I can get rid of them when I'm ready. So he's already like, he's already talking about how to backstab them. But it's pretty good. It's a good one.
Fun game to play.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But they do like challenges each day just to earn money for the pot at the end. So it's kind of like Survivor in the sense that you're playing different actual like games. Like the one they had to do a boat across the loch, and they had to gather fire. So that way each time they gathered fire, it built the fire bigger, and that made their pot of money bigger. But there's like different challenges that they have to do.
Crazy.
Mm-hmm. But I mean, that's really, and then Mike's having us watch Nurse Jackie. We had like 3 or 4.
Wait, what's Nurse Jackie?
It's not, I don't want to say Grey's Anatomy, but it's a drama show about a nurse who, she has a drug problem.
Oh, okay. Actually, that sounds way more interesting than Grey's Anatomy.
Right?
I've never watched Grey's Anatomy, but I don't really like medical things. So I've never been interested in watching it. But for whatever reason, I was like, oh, that sounds cool.
I was into Grey's for a while, but then they started getting rid of all of the main characters and killing everybody off.
Uh-huh.
And I'm like, this is stupid.
Did you ever watch Blacklist?
No, what's that?
It is so, if you watched, okay, did you watch Game of Thrones?
Yes.
Okay, the two shows aren't related at all, but you know how in Game of Thrones there are episodes that change your life forever
Yes.
after you watch them?
Yes.
Like the Red Wedding.
Yeah, I'm still not okay.
Me either. There are episodes like that on Blacklist where you were like, I actually cannot finish this episode. I have to skip to the next one. I'm never going to recover from watching this. Like, there are some terrible things that happen, but it is one of those shows where if you watch the first episode, you'll be hooked. So, in Blacklist, there is a guy who's James Spader. He's on the FBI's top 10 most wanted list, and they've been after him for like, I don't know, 10 years, 20 years, a long time. And they can't find him, and anytime they get close, he somehow escapes. And his name is Raymond Reddington, is like the character name. And he surrenders himself to the FBI only if he will talk directly with Elizabeth Keene. And Elizabeth Keene, it's her first day on the job as a new FBI agent. And he's like, I will only talk to Elizabeth. And the show is crazy. Like, the whole show is crazy. It's super like FBI. I can't tell you anything because I don't remember what happens in the first season. I don't want to spoil anything. But it is one of my favorite shows. And it's also a show where, like, I can't go back and watch it again for the first time because I know how it ends.
Yeah.
Like, I know how it all happened. But it's so good. I highly recommend it.
If you like
FBI shows, like if you like CSI.
Do you have a show that you do like habitually rewatch, like as a comfort show?
I watched Friends for the longest time until they took it off of Netflix, but as soon as I finished it, I would rewatch it. I have been doing that with Gilmore Girls recently, has kind of been my like new friends is Gilmore Girls. Also, I've rewatched Emily in Paris a couple times. There's more that I just can't think of right now. I did watch The Handmaid's Tale twice. I don't think it's a comfort show though. I think it was, I'm stressed out in my life and I just need something else to focus on.
Yeah.
Is kind of like what it was. Sweet Magnolias is really cute. I've watched it a couple times. You would like Sweet Magnolias. Have you ever watched it?
I've heard of it and I've seen like clippets of it on TikTok, but I've never seen it.
It's good. It's really cute. It's on Netflix, I'm pretty sure. Oh, Pretty Little Liars, I've rewatched a couple times, which is a commitment. I also kind of like Bridgerton. I read all the books. I met Sarah Shepard, the author, at Barnes & Noble when I was in high school. I was obsessed, but books are completely different from the show.
They are. Mm-hmm. I think I've watched Charmed habitually like over the years from beginning to end. I mean, SVU, I'm like all about.
When I was in college, that was all I would watch.
As long as Stabler's still in it. Like, I really won't rewatch any of the new ones, but I'll watch all of the old ones on repeat.
In The Handmaid's Tale, the guy who plays Stabler comes in. His wife's name is Olivia.
Oh.
And I was like, they knew what they were doing.
They knew what they were doing.
Knew what they were doing there.
Yep, that was a wink right there.
Yeah, he's a bad guy, though, in The Handmaid's Tale.
Okay.
He's bad.
Okay, he's a bad guy in True Blood. Did you ever watch True Blood?
I've never seen True Blood.
Okay. It's like, it's vampires and all kinds of stuff like that, but it's like soft porn. Like, it's not something you watch with your parents in the room. But he's like one of the big head vampires in it. And it's towards the end of the series that he comes in. But it's like when he was in his peak Stabler. So he's like all muscled out and buff. And he's like half naked in the show. And he's got fangs. And I'm like, this is not fair. It is not fair to do that and know what you're doing. Yeah. But he played a bad guy. And I'm like, I think he plays all these bad guys because he played a good guy for so long that he's like, I don't want to be the good guy anymore.
He's like, I got to be the bad guy now.
Yeah. But I was just trying to think if there's any other like binge shows that Mike and I, we watched The Office so many times.
I used to watch that all the time. I've seen it so many times. Also, Arrested Development.
Yes. Yep.
I used to love that show. And it's such a niche show that no one knows about.
Right.
And I remember when Anthony and I first started dating, I don't remember how we got on the topic of Arrested Development, but I watched it when I was in college because a guy that I worked with had the DVDs. So he gave me the first 3 seasons on DVD and he was like, here you go. And then Anthony had it. So I watched like, is it season 4 and 5 or something? But the first 3 seasons were the best seasons. Yes. But it's such a good show. I could rewatch it.
We were talking about I forget what show it is that just came back, but I was like, how cool is it that they came back and they brought the entirety of the original cast and like they picked it up like the writing is the same. They picked it up like it never stopped. Forget what show it is. But I made the comment to him. I was like, how would you feel if they did that with The Office? And we both like at the same time were like, only if Steve Carell comes back.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, not,
Yeah.
it
wasn't the same.
It wasn't the same.
Did you ever watch Mr. Robot?
No.
All these are such weird shows. It has.
But speaking of very like weird unknown show, Plebs.
Oh, so good.
So good.
So
I reference
funny.
it
So
daily. I should not reference that show daily, but I do. It's so good.
No. But the newest season wasn't that great.
No, it wasn't as good.
Did you watch the newest season?
Mm-hmm.
I don't even think I finished the newest season because they killed the one guy off and I was a little upset about it because
Yeah.
he was so funny.
I know.
He was so good.
The chemistry
Yeah.
wasn't there after he was gone.
No, it wasn't the same. But it was a good show.
It is a good show.
Maybe I'll see if we should rewatch that one. We're watching a lot of animes right now. So we just finished Spy X Family or Spy Family. I don't know if you're supposed to say the X, so don't come at me in the comments. But we just finished watching it. It's really cute. And we watched a show, it's called To Your Eternity, and it's weird, but it's so good. And I don't know, it's currently releasing right now. And I don't know how Japanese TV shows work, but there's like 20 some episodes in the season or 30 some episodes in the season. And it releases like, I think on a Saturday maybe, but like they're ahead of us. So we get it like technically, it releases for us at the same time. So we technically get it before, the time that it's actually released. Like if we waited for it to be released at the same time. And it's so good, but they take weird breaks. Because last week I was like, hey, did the show come out? And he's like, no, it didn't come out. And then it's not coming out this week. It's not going to come out again until next week. I'm like, why is there a 2-week gap here? I don't understand why. He said it might be because we're switching arcs or something. I don't know.
I was going to say that, or it could be that they didn't have enough to fill through like each week. So they just did like a gap to make it seem like this is part 1, this is part 2.
Maybe. It might be like a part 1, part 2 thing. I don't know. But I like to watch it every week, and the fact that it's not there and I can't watch it pisses me off a little bit, Bryceland. I want to be able to watch it.
It's not there. You're like, that's an issue. You need to fix that.
I need to see it. Are you reading anything?
Yeah, I was just going to say books. This is the part of the segment where we talk for an hour.
Oh, yeah.
I am. I want to make sure I get the name right. So I am on book 3 of 4 of the Fated series.
Fated?
Fated. So it's the Four Flames saga. It's a 4-book series by Callie Madden. I mean, it's romance, but it's not just that. So I wanted something, because I reread Fourth Wing, because I wanted something comforting. So I reread Fourth Wing.
So did you see they're doing like a tour and it's at sports games? And did you see that they're coming to the town nearest us?
Yes.
It's so good. But can we afford to go?
I don't know. That's one of those moments where we sit and we look at our husbands and we're like, if you love us, you will help us afford to go to this.
So my aunt, I didn't know this. My aunt read Fourth Wing and she had sent me something and I was like, you read Fourth Wing? You know Fourth Wing? And she goes, oh yeah, I'm getting your uncle to read it. Because she's like, he doesn't believe me that I don't read just smut, that it's a great book. So my uncle read the book, said it was good, immediately started on Iron Flame.
Oh, that's funny.
My mom won't read the book. I was like, hey, uncle read this book. Do you want to read the book? So now my mom wants to read the book.
Yes!
And now I'm trying to get Anthony to read the book. If I'm like, hey, my uncle read this book and he really liked it, that it wasn't all smut, would you read the book? But I don't think he's going to read it. But my aunt had sent me the link where she was like, they're coming. And I'm like, but I probably can't afford to go. I'm like, it looks so good. It looks like so much fun.
I know. I was not able to look up pricing yet, but I think that makes me more nervous, the fact that I couldn't find pricing yet. But it looks really good, and I'm hoping we can go.
It went on pre-sale today at 10 a.m. or something like that. But I don't think we can get pre-sale tickets because I think it only goes to season ticket holders.
Yeah.
I don't know how it works, but that's how it makes sense in my mind that it's like pre-sale. Because pre-sale wouldn't be available to the general public, and that's what we are.
Right.
So it has to just be like season ticket holders. But we're just going to hope that none of the rich people who have season tickets know what Fourth Wing is, and they're not going to go.
I can't imagine there's that many in this area. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But anyway, So I wanted something comforting. So I was looking to see what was similar. And I found this. It's a 4-book, and it's about this girl who she's a archaeologist, and she finds an ancient artifact and doesn't mean to, and she accidentally touches it, and when she touches it, it becomes active, and it calls these 4 dragon shifters to her. And they explain to her that like she's the only human who could handle a hybrid, and like she's, the only thing that can save their dying population. And so she's trying to figure out the scientific side of everything. So she's like asking him all these questions, and how old are you? How long have you been here? What powers do you have? Like all this stuff. And they're trying very hard not to fall in love with her. And every single one of them obviously falls in love with her. But there's like multiple bad guys, and she's trying to battle them while she's human. And the book that I'm in right now is book 3, and she's pregnant. And it's not like when you're getting married and you read a book about a wedding, or somebody's getting married in a book that you're reading, there's that sense of comfort. That's where I am right now in my life. So she's talking about all these symptoms, and she's like, why did somebody say morning sickness only happens in the morning? It's all day long. And I'm like, that's so true. Yeah. And then she's talking about how like she's extremely overheating. And she's like, why am I so hot? Like the room is cold. I don't know why I'm so hot. People are wearing sweaters. She's like stripping. And I'm like, that's the pregnancy. But it never works out well for me, because I'll read a really good like non-smut book, and it's like action and no romance whatsoever. And then the second I start a smut book, Mike's like, what are you reading?
That's how it happens. They only ask when that's what we're reading.
I swear they do.
They have
But I'm like, do I need to tell you what I'm reading right now? Can I tell you what I was reading the dictionary a week ago. Can we say that's what I'm reading right now instead of just dick?
I'm reading the Bible.
You're reading the Bible? Got good old Easter Sunday coming up. Brandy's over here reading the Bible.
This might release around Easter time, so it was a perfect time to say that.
Speaking of the Bible, there's this girl on TikTok who is rereading the Bible. She's doing like readings live, but she's making it sound like she's gossiping. Have you seen this?
Oh, I would watch that for sure.
It's so funny.
No, but that sounds so funny.
Good. I'll try to send it to you. But my cousin sent it to me the other day, and she's like, if we were taught this way, she's like, I think I would have stayed at church. And I'm like, okay. So I'm like watching the video, and she's like, the one snippet that she's talking about, she's like, so Jesus was like, bro, you can't walk on the water. And listen, this guy, oh my God, he was like, I got this. Hold my beer. And he just gets out the boat and starts walking. And I'm like, see, if they'd have said it like that, I would have enjoyed it more. But I was like, this is pretty good.
I remember this one time I found, it was someone who was doing drawings of historically accurate people with the Bible. So one of them was the Virgin Mary. And she was like, this, in where this time, like the place where this was in the Middle East, in like the time frame where it is, what the people wore, what they had at the time, like this is the historically accurate version of the Virgin Mary. And I remember I sent it to my mom, and she got mad at me. And I was like, this is probably so true. Like this is probably what she looked like, not dressed in all white, you know, with blue. She probably did wear red, and she probably did have her nose pierced, because that's what they did then, you know? I know I can't find it because it was so COVID TikTok when TikTok first started. When I first started using TikTok is when I saw it. But I remember it was so cool. I was like, this is incredible, actually.
I love your mom, but I could totally see her getting mad about that.
She was like, no way. And I'm like, yes, mom. Like this is probably like historically accurate. But anyway, so the book that I read recently that I've been telling you about, I want to tell them about.
Yes, tell them about it.
So I finished a book recently, and it was called Alchemized by Sen Lin Yu. I don't know if that's how you say the name. In this book, I listen to audiobooks most of the time, because I listen to them like on my drives to work and while I'm cleaning my house, and just like any time that I can listen to an audiobook, or if I'm doing a craft or something, you know, and I want something in the background, I just listen to my audiobook all the time. Well, this audiobook was 36 hours long, which is actually insane. And especially when you only have it for 21 days at a time. Thank you, library. But it was so good. And like part 1, the main character's name's Helena. Like she doesn't really know what's going on. She just woke up and there was a war. and the war's over, but she's like a prisoner, but she doesn't know how she got there. She doesn't remember anything. All right. And then Kane Farron's the other person in the book. He's like a main character, and he is the undead. So the war was between the living and the undead. So she was part of the living. He was the high reeve of the undead. And he starts doing experiments on her. I'm going to say is the word, but it's not right. It's more like treatments, because they know something's wrong with her brain because she doesn't have any memories, but they can't figure out what. Part 1, really confusing, wasn't that interested in it. And it was a lot of like, I think it would have been easier if I was reading the book, but it was an audiobook. And sometimes your brain like kind of jumps other places when you don't like pay 100% attention. But either way, it was still good. Part 2 happened, and part 2 was 4 years prior to part 1. And it's like during the war, and you see like who she was, what she was doing, what's going on, who Kane Farron is, and like there's another guy, Luke, who was like the head of the rebellion, basically. Rebellion, revolution, the rebels. I don't remember what they were called, but he was like the head of them. And she was like in love with Luke, and she's like, I will do anything for him, blah, 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 blah. And you like follow her path up until part 3 is where part 1 and part 2 meet. And it was the first chapter of part 3. I was like, oh my God, I understand so much. And I had to get through part 3, and then I immediately started rereading the book because I was like, I need to know all the things that I missed in part 1. This book was so good. It was so good. So guys, go read that book. It was incredible. It was amazing. There was a lot of like, what's it called when you bring people back from the dead?
Reincarnation?
No. Necromancy.
Oh, okay.
There was necromancy, vivimancy, adamancy. Like there was a lot of ansies in there. And I didn't know what all of them were, so I had to Google them. Because I was like, I don't know what any of these are, but I want to know what they're talking about. So I would Google it and then be like, oh, okay, this is what's happening, and this is what that person does. But the book was so good. It was incredible. It was so good. Very fantasy. You would love it.
I'm going to read it. It's on my TBR. I think you can tell when a book is really good when you've read it and then you reread it like for a 4th time, and you still get excited about the parts that you got excited about the very first time. Like when I think this is like the 3rd time that I've read through Fourth Wing, and the parts where she's like discovering like what he's not told her, I still get goosebumps. So I'm like, this is still really good. I know what the answer is, but I'm still excited.
I'm not letting myself reread Fourth Wing or the next 2 books until when they release that book 4 is going to come out, and I see that it's within like, I'll start 3 months before that book releases, and I'm going to read all of them. I'm going to read a book a month. I'm going to read them all. And then when the 4th book releases, I'll be prepared. But I need to go back through.
Are you going to take a day off work and us have a reading day again like we did the last time?
Yes, absolutely. I will be. I will be doing that. A girl from my high school that I made a cake for her wedding, but I don't really talk to her that much anymore. She had posted on her Instagram story that she was reading Fourth Wing for the first time. And I was like, welcome to the ride.
Welcome.
Like, I hope you love it just as much as the rest of us do.
I have been trying so hard because my sister's a reader. But I've been trying so hard to convince her to read it. She's like, I'm not going to like it. I'm not into the fantasy dragon stuff. And I'm like, just try it. I'm
but
like, just
good.
read
it's
half
so
of the first book. And if you can make it halfway and you don't like it, then you can stop. But just try it. She's not into it. Like you and I, like we are very much into the fantasy, the like apothecary, like that type of storylines and those type of backgrounds. She's into like 1920s. She's very much into like the mafia. She's very much into like that side of it. So I'm like, I understand, but just try it. I think you'll like it. But she won't. So I'm trying to.
Hey, she would probably really like our next podcast episode.
Yeah, she really would. Yes, she'd really like that. And whenever we eventually do a true crime.
Oh, yeah. I wanted to do a true crime, it's a story that I'm not even sure if you know what it is, because it's like where my parents are from, but it's been going on for years and it's still ongoing. And I don't actually know if I can talk about it because I guess they just found new evidence in the case. So I'll send it to you, but I don't think we can talk about it because I think we could get in trouble.
I mean, we'll figure it out. If we can talk about it, we're going to talk about it.
Yeah.
I don't know I also don't know with it being so close to home if it'll give us away where we're from.
Well, if we were going to do it, I wouldn't tell them that that's how I know.
Okay.
It. You know, I wouldn't say, I know this because it happened half an hour from my parents. I wouldn't tell them that. We just sneak it in with a bunch of other true crime episodes, and you guys would never know which one it was.
So my TikTok, I don't know what's going on with the algorithm. I was asking Mike to look at it the other day because
it's terrible.
It was driving me crazy. But I like all kinds of music. I don't have a preference on a specific kind of music. I lean towards, like, if I want comfort or if I want something just good, I lean towards, like, the punk rock music that we grew up listening to.
Yeah.
But I'll listen to anything. I love all kinds of music. But for some reason, my TikTok algorithm is like, you're going to really enjoy techno covers of all of these famous, like, rock, punk, country songs. So I'm getting, like, techno country covers. And I'm like, this is not good. This is not good at all. I'm like, why? So I keep saying, like, not interested, and it just keeps coming. I'm like, okay. So I don't know if there's a way to, like, reboot TikTok or what, but I've been getting that a lot. I will say The Ordinary by Alex Warren, that's been hitting pretty good.
Oh, so good. Especially since the Grammys.
Yes.
He was the guy at the Grammys, right? Where his, like, earpiece got messed up. That was so... He covered it so well. One, I didn't even know the only reason I knew was because I watched a video that he posted. But it was so good. The whole song was so good.
Him and his wife, I had followed them on TikTok or Instagram years ago because she was talking about, like, I think it was whenever I was planning my wedding, she was planning her wedding.
Oh, that's cool.
But I had started following them, and then I didn't realize he was who he was until they did, like, a behind the scenes thing with his wife because he wrote the song about her. And I'm like, I know her. I follow them. Like, I've been following them for years. I'm like, that's funny. I had no idea that he was a writer and that he could sing. So the fact that he wrote that for her and about her, I just started bawling. I'm like, this is so beautiful. But yeah, I've listened to it so much that Mike's like, stop. I hate this song now. Like, yeah, I'm sorry. I said, it's better than listening to Miss Rachel and Elmo sing Wheels on the Bus. So you're just going to have to get over it.
I listen pretty much exclusively to Hamilton for the last year and a half of my life because it's the only thing that itches my brain the right way right now.
There's nothing wrong with that.
Hamilton. And no, I did branch out this week and I went back and listened to some Six, the musical, because that's what my brain wanted to listen to. I've just been listening to Hamilton. I did like Sabrina Carpenter's Grammy performance. It was really good. Cool. I liked it a lot. I know she got hate for the bird.
I was putting the baby to sleep the other night and I was humming something and I must have had an earworm because I kept humming it over and over. I'm like, what am I humming? I know it's from a song, but what song is it from? I must have sat there for like 2 hours, Brandy, humming just this one bar over and over, trying to figure out what it was. And I'm like, it's got to be something big. Like, it's got to be something from a musical or a commercial that I've listened to on repeat. Like, that's what it's got to be. Nope. I finally figured it out at like 3 a.m. this morning. It is from the Pocahontas 2 movie that I haven't seen in God knows how long. Because I was like, it's got to be a Disney. Because it's not a musical. It's not like an actual song out there. It's got to be Disney. So I'm like going through all the Disney movies in my head trying to figure out what it lines up to. And I'm like, it's a guy singing. And it's a slow song. And it's a love song. Like, is it Beauty and the Beast? No, not Beauty and the Beast. I'm like, I don't know what else it could be. For some reason, like 3 a.m., I sat up and I was like, it's from Pocahontas. So this morning, whenever I was making breakfast, I pulled it up on YouTube just to listen to it. And I'm like, that's it. That's the song. I was humming like 3 bars, like 3 little itty bitty notes from this entirety of the song. It was driving me crazy.
There was this one time that this is what Anthony is great for sometimes because his brain is just like an endless album of all the songs ever created. And I had a song stuck in my head like that, but I didn't know what the song was, but I needed to listen to it or it wasn't going to go away. One of those sorts of things where it was driving me nuts and it had been
That's
days.
why he can't remember what to get on the grocery list because he's too busy holding all of that information in there.
He holds all the songs. Yeah. And I remember the only thing I could think of was Quick Rewrite It. Do you know what the song is?
Wait, say it again.
Quick Rewrite It.
Quick Rewrite It. No. It sounds familiar, but no. I couldn't tell you.
I said that to him immediately. I was like, what's this song? And I was like, it goes Quick Rewrite It. And he went, oh, that's Technologic by Daft Punk.
That's hilarious.
And I was like, thank you.
Oh my God. He got that from that?
And then I listened to it like, yeah. And it does that. It's like quick rewrite it. Ba-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da, quick rewrite it.
I'm just
like that's
I'm
how
just
it
gonna
goes.
start calling him like Alexa or Soundhound or something.
And then I did it again. I was like, "Are you ready for your next challenge?" And this was like, I don't know, 6 months afterwards. And the only word I could think of was it went do 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 do. Like that's how it goes. Don't even make fun of my terrible singing, guys. I don't know what this song is, but I have this tune stuck in my head, and he thought it was like the Crazy Frog dance. And we spent, I kid you not, hours trying to think of like what this song was. The only word that I could think of was Americano. And there's like an Italian song, and I don't remember what it's called, but it says Americano on it. And he figured it out. But we ended up like asking Alexa, we were like, what is this song? Because it was one of those things where I'm like, my day is not going to end until I can hear the song. Like, my brain can't stop until I know what it is.
That's such a crazy party trick.
I don't remember what it was called now.
I never knew that about him.
Oh, yeah. His brain's just like an endless file of
I kind of want to play, like, Can You Guess It? Like, I want to sit him down.
He could probably
just hum different bars and be like, can you guess it? But
it's all, like, niche songs.
Yeah.
Like, both of those songs were such niche songs. But it's just so funny. But, yeah. That's like the twice in my life that's happened. I used to whistle this tune all the time, and it was from Casper the Friendly Ghost. I used to whistle it all the time because, I don't know, I whistle while I'm bored. I whistle while I work. And someone was like, hey, what's that from? And I said, Casper the Friendly Ghost. Never been able to think of it again.
Aww.
It's out of my brain. I don't know what it was. I don't remember the tune anymore. They asked me what it was from, and I knew that's what it was from. And when I answered, it just left.
I hate when that happens. It's almost as bad as not knowing.
Yeah. I'm going to have to watch the movie again to be able to hear it, to be able to listen to it again. Yeah. You know.
I didn't get to watch too much of the Grammys. Like, I only got to watch a little bit of it.
I didn't watch any of it because I didn't know what was happening. Yeah. But I just watched like a couple performances. I went back like the next day and watched some things.
I just feel like so much stuff with Hollywood is getting so political right now. And it's just, I don't need that.
I just need my brain to...
I come here for entertainment.
Distractions. Yeah. Like I'm already, I see enough of it and I'm already stressed out enough of it. I need to relax a little bit, which is also why I haven't been on TikTok a lot recently, because that's all I'm seeing on TikTok. And my brain just isn't capable of handling it right now. And this morning I opened up Facebook and all I saw was Epstein files. And I was like, I cannot handle this at 5:45 in the morning. Like, this is not something my brain can handle right now. So I was like, we're just going to close this. And I don't think I've opened it back up because I'm like, I'm too upset. I can't look at it. So just go away, you know?
So I got something to tell you.
Okay.
My dad, first off, my dad's probably going to listen to this because I invited my parents to listen. And his first response was, do you go on there and bitch about me? And I said, absolutely, I do.
Yeah.
So I'm not going to get yelled at. But Mike had borrowed my car, so he drove me and the baby back to my house the one day. And he was all excited because he's been looking up on YouTube their audiobooks.
Okay.
And I was like, oh, okay, that's great. Like, you know, that's good. And he's telling me about these books that he's listening to and these stories. And he's like, yeah, they're all like crime and stuff like that. And I'm like, oh, okay. They are not. They are romance. They are smut.
No.
They have to be. Because he's telling me these storylines, and he's like, this one guy knows, like this sister-in-law of his showed up and was like, I know things about your wife, about my sister, and she's cheating on you, and we should call her out on it. And just so happens that she's always cared for him. So while he's going through this divorce, she's there as a friendly shoulder to cry on. And I'm like, Dad, I'm like, thank you so much for having the nerve to tell me about all of the stuff that you're loving to listen to right now. But I don't think I needed to know that you're listening to smut. And he's like, it's not smut. I'm like, okay, Dad, did they end up together? And he's like, well, yeah. And I'm like, okay. I was like, what other stories are you listening to? He tells me one about this couple where he is planning their anniversary. He bought them a cruise. And she's like, hey, I need some space right now. And he's like, you know what? Okay. I completely understand we've been together really long. Why don't you go on the cruise, take your time, enjoy yourself, get some space. He's like, and then, we'll figure this out. Well, she's getting ready to leave and he finds out that her best friend's husband is going on the cruise in his place. So the two of them are like, let's go and show them what they're missing. We'll go on the cruise and we'll act the way that they're acting. And I'm like, mm-hmm. So did they end up together? And my dad's like, that's not the point. I'm like, it absolutely is the point. Absolutely. That is the plot. You missed the plot.
Yep. You did.
But I'm just like, Dad,
didn't know.
I was like, I'm proud of you, but I don't need to know the stories that you're reading. So he got all upset. He's like, it's not smut. I'm like, okay. All right, Dad. So then, of course, I called my sister and I was like, you need to talk to your father. Oh, and she's like, why?
That's
I'm
funny.
like, because Dad has a new hobby. So I don't know if she's talked to him. But I told my mom, I was like, I love that Dad, is listening to audiobooks, but he might want to relook at the type of book he's listening to.
Are you gonna recommend Fourth Wing?
No. Absolutely not.
I recommended it to my mom and it's just as bad. So
I still feel like there's a difference though.
There is. I know I'm 30, but I'm scared I'm gonna get yelled at.
I'm an adult, but I'm still afraid.
Yeah. My mom did recommend one book to me though, where I was like, Mom, this is too much for me. This is not my book. And it would have been one of those things where if you recommended it to me, it would have been different. And I would have been like, whoops. Sorry guys, I just hit the mic. If you recommended it to me, it would have been a little bit different. But my mom recommended it, actually gave me the book and was like, this was so good, you should read it. And I was like, I don't like that my mom gave me this book. And it wasn't my favorite book anyway.
Yeah. My mom doesn't read too much nowadays. When she did though, she was a big Jodi Picoult fan. So she had all of Jodi Picoult.
My mom likes her.
So I
don't think I've ever read one. I read the most recent one. That's honeys. It's about honeys or bees. I don't remember, but it was
I've read
good.
A couple of hers that are older. I think I don't know if she's the one who writes it. I think it's called Between the Lines. But it's a really good book that I have a hard copy of. And it's the author's in love with the main character of her book so much that she actually jumps into the book. So that's a good one that I really enjoyed. But my sister and I recommend stuff to each other all the time. That ends up being what we get each other for Christmas is we make our own blind date with a book basket for each other.
Aw, that's
and
cute.
it's really cute. It's really cute. But my sister, she, like I said, she doesn't like the same genre that I like, which is fine. But she likes things a lot darker and a lot more obvious and a lot less plot.
Oh, understood. Completely understood.
So, yeah. So whenever she recommends things to me, I'm like, yeah, oh, okay, I'll look into it. And then I'm like, not that one. I'll move on to the next one. But I feel bad because you and I recommend stuff to each other on a daily basis. And I feel like every time we talk, I'm like, all right, add it to the TBR. My TBR is so long. It's ridiculous.
I know. My bookshelf. Oh, you should see my bookshelf. I had 3 bookshelves and I combined them all onto one. But I have a shelf that is books that are mine that I need to read. And I have a shelf that are books that are other people's, mainly my mom and my aunt. And I have to give them back to them. So I always read their shelf first. But then every once in a while, I'm like, I read this book, so I'll throw it in there. But Anthony got me Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, but it's 5 books in one book. So he got me that for my birthday. My birthday or Christmas, I don't remember which one. But I read The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, and I haven't started the next book yet because I had to actually read Alchemized. So that was I was like, I need to reread
There's
this.
one that I just downloaded. I haven't read it yet, but it's called Dungeon Crawler Carl. Have you heard of this?
No, but I like the name.
It's book 1. So I'm going to read just the snippet of what it's supposed to be about. So the apocalypse will be televised. You know what's worse than breaking up with your girlfriend? Being stuck with her prize-winning show cat. And you know what's worse than that? An alien invasion, the destruction of all mankind, structures on Earth, and the systematic exploitation of all the survivors for a sadistic intergalactic game show. That's what.
This sounds great.
It's so good. I can't wait to read it. Join Coast Guard vet Carl and his ex-girlfriend's cat, Princess Donut, as they try to survive the end of the world, or just get to the next level in a video game like Trap-Filled Fantasy Dungeon, a dungeon that's actually the set of a reality television show with countless viewers across the galaxy. Exploding goblins, magical potions, deadly drug-dealing llamas. This ain't your ordinary game show. Welcome, Crawler. Welcome to the dungeon. Survival is optional. Keeping the viewers entertained is not.
Oh, that sounds so
I'm really
good.
excited to read that one. I would just want to get through the rest of this series that I'm reading right now, and then that's my next one.
I don't know what I started a new audiobook yesterday, 2 days ago. Did you read I'm Glad My Mom Died by Jeanette McCurdy?
Yes.
Okay, that was a book where I listened to the audiobook, and audiobooks are so much better. Well, memoirs, because it was a memoir. Memoirs are so much better when the author also reads it, and she did that, and it was so good. And she has a new book out, and it's called Half His Age. It's called Half His Age. And she also narrates it. I don't think it's a memoir. If it is, I'd be shocked. I don't think it's a memoir, but
I
it's
think
really
it is, because she had dated that guy.
Is it?
Yeah, she had dated that guy when her mom was dying. I don't know if he was like an actor or a director or something, but he was twice her age.
Well, this one is, she's a student in college, high school, I think college. I think it's Waldo is the main character's name, is like her in the book. And she's dating like her creative writing professor.
Okay, so maybe it's not.
Maybe it's high school. I don't remember if it's high school or college.
Literally her, but I'm sure the story is.
I think it's based on, There's some things in there that are there's been some parts where it's kind of hard to read, And I read some pretty messed up shit sometimes. So, but there have been a couple times where I was like, "Oh, I don't know about this."
Travel. I'll go anywhere.
Let's
go anywhere.
Anywhere.
Ugh.
We're going to New York.
Yes.
Soon. Within the year?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That sounds cool.
That sounds good to me.
Fall?
I'm up for it. I know baby boy is due in July.
Uh-huh. August, September. October would be 3 months. You let me know.
Okay.
I know we plan to record enough to last us till October to give you 3 months off. But I don't know if you'd be willing to travel with 3-month-old.
Depends.
That seems like a
It
lot.
depends. We'll figure it out.
Okay. Yeah.
That's it for this episode. Do you have anything else?
I don't know. I want to go to Japan again. In Europe. I want to go to Japan. I really want to go to Switzerland.
Really?
Yeah, because they're really big into chocolate there.
Yeah.
The pastry chef in me really wants to go to Switzerland to see chocolate factories, and I don't know if I could tour one, if that's something they could do there, but that's something I've always wanted to do.
That would be cool.
Is go to Switzerland for the chocolate, or Germany. Anywhere I want to go, it's because of the food. So I want to go to Germany because I like German food.
My number one place to go to is still Greece. It's always going to be Greece because that's where my family's from.
Yeah.
So I've always wanted to go.
Do you still have family there?
Generations back, because
But you you don't have cousins that live there.
Yeah, but it's distant cousins. So my great grandparents came here when they got married. So they were first generation here, off the boat. So their siblings would still be there, and then the generations after. So I mean, yeah, I would have cousins and distant aunt and uncles over there, but I've never met them.
That's cool. Though.
Yeah.
I don't think I have any relative anywhere but here. Not that I know of, at least. It'd be kind of cool if I did. One of my roommates in college, her mom was from Germany, and all of her grandparents and cousins and stuff still live there. So they fly there every couple of years.
That's
and I
cool.
think that's so cool. Every time she sends me pictures, and it's always really beautiful. It looks like some of the stuff she shows me almost looks like it's an old town, they went back in time.
Yeah.
And it just seems so cool. I want to go and I want to experience that, but also I don't speak German, so I don't know how well that I would do. But I went to Japan and we don't speak Japanese.
And you did fine.
Yeah. I also went to Montreal, and I was told that they speak English there, and where we were in Montreal, they did not speak English, and we do not speak French. And that was a bit of an issue at some points in time. The hotels were okay, but we went to a restaurant and there was one person in the entire restaurant that spoke English. We asked him, we were told a bunch of people here normally are bilingual, they speak both. And he was the only reason I do is because my parents were in the military and we had to travel to French and English speaking parts. So he's I'm fluent in both. We didn't know that. Everyone told us that they speak English here, and now we don't know what to do. I'm I don't remember my 4 years of French from college. It was rough.
I know.
But it's fine, we lived.
I know very basic French because that's what I took. I know very basic, enough that I could probably get us to a bathroom or a telephone. That's about it.
I remember how to say, where's the bathroom? Where's the hospital?
Yeah.
Thank you. And could I please have a bottle of water?
I would be first season Emily. Is how good my French is.
Yes. That's how I am. That's how I am. We have a guy at work right now who speaks Spanish. Like, he reads English really well, but he doesn't speak it very well. And it's not like I'm just saying that he's bad. Like, he's super cool. He just doesn't know, like, some of the words.
Yeah.
And there's so many times, like, today he came up and I forget what he was saying, but he called the one girl Paloma. And I was like, Paloma, like the drink? And he goes, no, like the pigeon. And it's spelled the same, but like I don't know, because of where he's from, I don't know if it's like the same Spanish everywhere. But we were saying Paloma like the drink, and he was saying Paloma like the pigeon. And I guess that's like a name that you call someone. And then there's like a little song. So he was singing the little song. It was so funny.
Aw.
He's like cuckooing at you. I was like, that's so funny. But yeah, he's super cool. We love to talk to him. We were talking to him and he was like, I just wish I could actually talk to you guys. And I'm like, I'm kind of glad that you can't, because this is much more of a fun experience than being like, hey, how are you today?
Yeah.
You know, I feel like anytime we talk to each other, like we're actually learning something and it's really cool.
Yeah.
So, you know,
We should take a class.
we should. That'd be fun.
Mm-hmm. I wouldn't mind learning Spanish. I think that would be awesome. And I always wanted to get fluent with ASL
Yeah.
because I know enough, but I'm not fluent.
Yeah. Is your brother?
No, he doesn't use ASL. He finger spells and he uses phrases.
Okay.
But he never wanted to learn because whenever the accident first happened, he was just frustrated and it was quicker for him to just spell. That kind of is what he honed in on.
Yeah.
And he didn't like talking around anybody. He still kind of doesn't, but he's gotten over it. I think explaining to him like the accident happened when he was 15 and like now we're going into our 30s. It took him a while to understand like your voice doesn't sound the same, not just because of the accident, but because you're an adult now. You're a grown man. You're not a, boy
Not a
who's
kid
going through
anymore.
puberty. Like, so it took him a minute to understand that and to get his mind wrapped around that. But he does phrases and he does like sign certain things, but for the majority of it, he just either talks or finger spells. But it was,
Do you want to keep this in or do you want
no,
to
you can keep it in.
Okay.
I told you we were making that cake earlier this week or last week, and the baby was helping and he had her on his lap and she's like babbling and like
Aw.
making zerbirds and like rolling her tongues and everything. And he can't make certain motions with his mouth. So she was making noise and he was repeating it back to her. And then she would like stick her tongue out and like blow.
Aw.
And he's like, nope, you win. I can't do that.
He's like, nah, you won this round,
Yep.
kid.
He's like, you win this one.
Aw,
But yeah,
That's so cute.
she thinks it's the funniest thing because she'll sit on his lap and try to control his wheelchair.
Oh, that's funny.
Yep. So
That's really
he'll make
funny.
like he'll put his hand on hers on the controller and he'll make noises to make it sound like the gear shift's changing and everything. But it's really cute. He's obsessed with her.
My nephew went to Disney on Ice today.
He did? Oh.
I have some really cute pictures. I'll show you the next time.
Yes.
My mom sent them to me and I was like, oh, he's adorable. I'm like, he is so cute. Also, they had like one of the Incredibles was on the ice. I assume it was Violet because she was in a bubble. And this girl was just like in a bubble on the ice. How incredible. My mom said they were also riding bikes on the ice.
How does that work?
I don't know. Doesn't that sound insane?
That sounds crazy. We were watching, you know how like you and I like have a binge, like we'll send each other a bunch of stuff on TikTok and then we'll talk about it. Mike and I do that. So like at the end of the day, he'll be like, I have videos for you. I'm like, I've got stuff for you. So we'll look through. And today we saw one where this old lady got on, like she put ice skates on and she put her walker on the ring and was like just skating around like a professional. I'm like, girl can't walk, but she can ice
Damn.
skate.
Good for her.
Yeah, I couldn't do that. I couldn't even stand up.
I guess the river is like super froze right now. Like a bunch of people are going to flood out. I didn't know that was a thing. My brother told me about it today. And I was like, he has a drone. I'm like, can you reach the river from your house? He's like, no. I'm like, oh, that would be so cool. So he found like drone footage and sent it to me. I was like, okay, that's pretty cool. Also, right before I got on the call with you, 15 fire trucks went back the road.
Why?
There's a fire somewhere. To the point where both Anthony and I got up. We were looking at sorry, I hit the mic again. We were looking at separate windows on the opposite sides of the house because sirens had went on for so long. Both of us were like, they have to be on our road. Like, is one of the neighbors' houses burning down? We looked. No, they were just like, they were going past our road and keep going up for like a lot, probably like 10, 15 minutes. Just fire truck after fire truck after fire truck, ambulance, fire truck, insane. It was crazy.
I think it was a couple weeks ago, but the apartment building here in our town burned down.
Oh.
Yeah. They haven't released like the investigation yet as to how it happened. People are assuming, so they think either it was like a heater or it was like a cigarette or something. No one has any definitive answers
But
yet.
they don't think it was like malicious.
No, but it's bad. Like they're going to be tearing it down. It's completely destroyed.
That sucks.
Yeah.
It's terrible. I don't know what I would do if that.
Mm-mm.
I don't think I could. That's not for me. So, guys, I think this is the end of our episode today. So, we would love to know your favorite book or your favorite binge-worthy TV show. So, leave them in the comments below or send us a message on Instagram. We would love to read them. And we would love to hang out with you guys and share our favorite books with you. We would like to read the books that you recommend. Sometimes we know we have a lot of books to read, but that doesn't mean we're going to read them. We want to read the books you recommend too.
Yeah, we can definitely pump them up the list.
Yes. So guys, thanks for tuning in. Please tell friends, family, relatives, aunts, and we hope to see you next time. Goodbye.
Bye.
Thank you for tuning in to the Bitching Babes. To share your stories with us, please send us an email to tellthebabes@gmail.com. Now, this is your friendly reminder to blow out your candle and hydrate responsibly. We'll see you next time.